Sitting meditation with noting. Step 1. Observing the movement of your abdomen. We will observe as our abdomen rises as we inhale and falls as we exhale. In your head you will say, rising, falling, rising, falling. If you have trouble observing the movement of your abdomen, you may start at the very beginning by placing your hand on your stomach. But as you get the hang of it, just keep your hands in front of you in a comfortable position. Ideally, you want your back straight and your neck straight, but do not bring too much control into this meditation. It's okay if you slouch a little bit. It's okay if you move a little bit. Just every time you slouch or move, you note it. The basic meditation will be rising, falling, and the third step is sitting. As you say sitting, you will bring your attention to your body sitting on the mat or on a chair, wherever you are sitting. Rising, falling, sitting. Rising, falling, sitting. Rising, falling, sitting. As you hear things, think things, feel things, or as you move, note what is happening. You can note mid-rising, falling, or sitting. You do not need to control the breath. This is just a background thing for you to focus on as you are noting what is actually happening in true time, in the present. So I can be saying rising, falling, and then suddenly I hear something. So I say rising, falling, hearing, 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 liking, 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 hot, hot, hot. When no new observations come up, I return. I search for the movement in my abdomen and I start again with rising, falling, sitting. Rising, falling, sitting. You may note anything that pops up. It can be a sound, a feeling, a sensation, or a thought. It can also be of movement or a desire to move. Rising, falling, pain in my back, pain in my back, pain in my back. Wanting to slouch, wanting to slouch, wanting to slouch. Intending to slouch, intending to slouch, intending to slouch. Slouching, slouching, slouching. Rising, falling, sitting. Rising, falling, sitting. Wanting to sit up straight, wanting to sit up straight, wanting to sit up straight. Intending to sit up straight, intending to sit up straight, intending to sit up straight. Sitting up straight, sitting up straight, sitting up straight. Hearing, hearing, hearing. Rising, falling, sitting. Rising, falling, hearing, hearing, hearing. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Impatient, impatient, impatient. Rising, falling, sitting. Rising, falling, sitting. You may note that your rising and falling are not in rhythm. The rise might be very short or very long. The rise might take longer than the fall. Do not control the way you breathe. Just observe it. At some points, you may not even be able to notice the rising and falling. At that point, just really bring strong attention trying to find it. You may notice that while you note, you are not able to notice rising and falling too. You may notice that the breathing tends to stop while you note, or it may not. Just observe what is happening in real time in the present moment. Observe things you hear, observe things you see, observe things you think, observe things you want to do, and observe any moment. If you move without planning to, Note it after you notice that you've moved. Rising, falling, sitting. Rising, falling, knowing I slouched, knowing I slouched, knowing I slouched. Anything that you observe after it has happened, add the word knowing, because you are not noting something that is happening at the moment, but you are knowing that something happened. This includes any memories or thoughts. You may say remembering or knowing I remembered if you have stopped remembering. Keep on noting. You do not need to note after a full set of rising, falling, sitting. Just note whenever anything pops up. Imagine a lake and a fish jumps out of the lake. Only note the things that jump up at you. Just because you hear something doesn't mean you have to note it. If it stands out to you, you can note it. Do not look deep into the pond looking for fish. Just note the fish that are jumping out of the pond. Best of luck with your meditation.